Hi, I'm Sam, your resident fantasy reader,
And I'm Morgan, your romance reader, and we welcome you to one more page.
where it's never just one more page.
Hi, everyone.
Hello!
You might be surprised, but me and Sam have decided to do videos along with our episodes, so you can see all our reactions. And also, I'm gonna say right now, there are many times where me and Sam are sneaking snacks during recording. So you will definitely may not see that. And I also forgot my water downstairs. I just realized. But anyways, you'll see us drinking coffee, talking about books. Yeah, you're smart. You brought a drink. I can see my water bottles all the way over there. I'll grab it later. I'm wearing pajamas on the bottom. I'm not gonna lie. I look fancy, but
I have legit like this is like old school 2020 friggin' COVID vibes. Where it's like we're dressed like normal up top, but I low key have biker shorts on.
I got my pajamas on.
Yeah, I'm straight up hanging out with the biker shorts. It's fine. It's fine. My desk situation, I thought I was gonna have this sorted, but this is me. This is my life. This is chaos. So
well, Sam, how was your week? Do anything fun?
No, not really. What did I do? I don't even remember. Oh, everyone in my house is sick.
In your house?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Derek was sick all weekend, and then yesterday Monkey got super sick, and so he's all sick and gross. And I'm just like, don't give me your germs. I don't need germs right now.
Yeah, no germs. No, thank you.
So that's fun. I've been playing nurse at home, so that's been a joy.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. Well, thankfully, no one is sick around me, which is thankfully. Don't spread it to me, please don't. But yeah, my week so far has been really good. Although I will say that I did have a long day yesterday, but my coworker was telling me the story, and I thought I would share it with you because it just sounds so crazy to me. And I'm like, you have to learn to say no to people.
Right.
She's very much scared of saying no to people. Meanwhile, I will jump out of the corner and be like, nope, no, I don't mind saying no. Apparently, this woman walked up and wanted something and then walked away or I don't remember exactly, but basically the whole thing is like she tried ordering away from where she was supposed to order. And so she made it for her because she's nice. And then the lady walked up to her and was like, I'm going to go get something. Here's my credit card. Pay for my drink. What? Firstly, we're not supposed to be touching people's like credit cards like that. Like, well, so who does that? We're like, here's my credit card, charge me, walk away.
Rich people. That's the ones who do that.
But I will say, be honest with you, she did come back and she did apologize because she was like, I don't know why I gave you my credit card, but it was crazy. It was crazy, absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes you just have those like, I wouldn't even call it intrusive thoughts. It's just like you didn't think it through because your brain was like over here.
Yeah.
And then you come back and you go, I literally don't know why I even did that. And it's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
I feel like let's go straight into the book. Okay, let's just talk about this book.
Okay.
So today we're going to be reviewing and discussing this novel called First to Finish by Rebecca J. Caffery, which is our first ever Formula One novel, or F1. This novel follows Johannes, who is on track to win championship until his performance drops. Gone is his confidence, and he's now barely qualifying. The team race engineer Caleb Hughes is determined to get his star driver back in pole position. But soon there's more chemistry than competition. But in F1, where everyone gives it their all, Caleb and Johannes realize that they may not come back from this unscattered. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
I mean, it's a romance book. It's not.
Yeah.
We're like scary music. Let's go. So before we get into this review, I do want to say real quick that we did get this book as a ARC from NetGalley and also just one page publishing company, which throws me off because our podcast is obviously called Just One More Page.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got that as a ARC from them for a honest review, which we will give a honest review, maybe too brutal of an honest review. But we just want to say a quick thank you to NetGalley for allowing us to read this book early.
Yeah.
So Sam, give
Okay.
me what did you think? Did you love it? Did you hate it?
I didn't love it or I didn't hate it. I was kind of down the middle.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
okay, I'll say like 3.5 to like a 4.
Oh, okay.
So, like, honestly, I feel like I would have liked it more if I knew more about Formula One racing. But, like, literally, I was looking stuff up because I was like, what the hell is pole position? And what is this, like, something something system they're using when they're racing? And there's just like P1 and P2. I'm guessing P1 and P2 is like position one, position two.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of racing jargon in there where I was like, I'm so lost. And so I literally would have to be like, all right, what does this mean? What is going on?
Yeah.
What is happening? I'm confused.
Mhm.
So, like, I felt like that kind of took away, and that's more of like a knowledge deficit on my part that like kind of took away from the book a little bit because I couldn't like immerse myself because I literally had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the author's research in this because obviously they did a lot of like research on this. Joe, Joe was I don't know. Joe was interesting. He's definitely like I don't even know how to explain him. He's very emotional, like almost too much. Like you would feel like as a racer, he would be
Mhm.
like, "All right, I need to like shut my emotions down," because he's definitely like at the top of his game, and like he was unable to take his emotions out of the racing and like just focus on the racing when it came to like the fact that you're a multi-million-dollar like Formula One racer.
Yeah.
So that was kind of annoying. The relationship between the two male main characters was a lot of fun. Like I think they were kind of cute.
Mhm.
Overall, I mean, it's just I don't know, kind of eh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was cute, but I really wasn't like kicking my feet or like
Mhm.
jumping for joy on through this. It was just
Yeah.
it was nice, and also
Um,
to find out that it's book two, and we didn't realize it was book two,
um,
and to realize we missed like Kian and what
Hayden.
Aiden's point of view,
Hayden?
which honestly was it no
It was
Kian
a
and Harper,
Hayden.
Kian and Harper.
Oh, I kept calling him Hayden in my head.
Harper, Kian and
Harper.
Harper's point of view. Actually, I kind of want to go back and read them because I liked them better.
Mm,
Like, I
yeah.
kind of feel like I would have liked their relationship better.
Do you think that you would have viewed this book differently if you read the first book?
Yeah, I think so. I think if we'd already met Joe ahead of time and had like a little more of like a like character background versus like trying to play catch up through all of this, I feel like
Yeah.
we probably would have liked it more. But I
Hmm.
mean, it's cute for what it is. So
Yeah.
3.5.
Um, listen, like Saber just said, we picked this novel not realizing it was the second book in the series.
Mm,
And although I will say that in many romance books, you don't have to read the first book first. I mean, a lot of times, like they're just like, oh, it's siblings. Like you're gonna be going through each sibling, or it's like a friend group. Sometimes in romance books, you don't have to read in order. This one, I feel like you should.
yeah.
I feel like you should. Um, Listen, I will say that I wasn't confused while reading this book. I mean, I could kind of put things together, and I did really like Harper and Kian's relationship, but I did feel like it played a bigger role than I expected. And
Mm,
while I can see that it's really fun to add previous couples into books, I do feel like that this couple took up a lot of space that could have
yes.
been towards Johannes and Caleb. And at times it felt like the writer really favored the first couple
Which
of
is
the
why I feel like I'm gonna go back and read the first book because I feel like that one was clearly like the favorited couple.
Yeah, it was, and I mean, I could tell. I mean, I think we both could tell,
Yeah.
but the lack of romance and between Johannes and Caleb just felt very undeveloped to me personally. And the book is marketed as like high stakes, emotionally intense romance, but while reading it, I kept wondering where are the stakes? I don't see any
Yeah.
stakes.
Yeah.
Vampire stakes, tent stakes. I see no stakes, okay? None, okay? And instead of a slow burn filled with yearning and angst and tension, it just was very much of oh, a love at first sight, which I'm not a fan of. I don't like love at first sight. I love the yearning. I love the angst. Okay. I want like emotional conflict, but I just felt like the characters came across very flat. And
Hmm.
there is a conflict at the end of the book, which I felt like was very childish. Like it came off very, very
Yeah.
childish for adult romance, which spoilers I can't go into. But another aspect that just really pulled me out, and I don't know, like I know Sam, you were just saying like, oh, the writer did so much research. Okay, let me just say real quick. Okay. Formula One is a international sport. There are many different countries that compete in Formula One. There's many different teams, and they're all from all over the world. Johannes, I'm hoping I'm saying his name right.
Yeah,
Johannes,
I'm just calling him
Johannes.
Joe because it's German. I think it's
Okay.
Johann or something like that. But
Oh, okay. Let's call him Joe because
I'm calling him Joe. It's
okay.
easier.
So Joe is from Germany and Caleb is from the United States, specifically Tennessee. However, Caleb often uses terminology that is British.
I wasn't paying attention to that. I was just paying attention to the racing.
No, listen. He was like, "My mom kept a kilo of flour." What kilo? What? We
Yeah.
use pounds. Another thing that really got me too was the fact that he was talking about like a dessert that his family's really known for, and when I looked it up, it's a British dessert. I'm like, who in Tennessee is making British desserts? Please tell me. But now for Formula One, once again, I'm not like very much into the sport. I love watching the documentaries on Netflix. I love watching the races. I love my TikTok edits, okay? And I thought the whole concept of adding a romance story into like racing was going to be really interesting. But that being said, I do kind of feel like some of the terminology, like you said, P1, P2, was very overly used. It felt to me that the writer just used basic knowledge of Formula One without really diving deep into what it means to be a Formula One driver.
Mhm.
I also felt like the writer could have done more research into Formula One, and it just shows to me that they were just very surface tension. And I'm not saying that you don't have to go into huge depth. I mean, I've read many hockey romance books where there's no hockey. There's barely
Yeah.
no hockey. You
It's
could
just the uniform.
yeah, 100%. You could just done the uniform. That would have been okay. But overall, I was hoping for more romance and tension and chemistry and emotional depth. And the story never quite delivered for me.
Yeah.
And the pacing of the book fell off. The romance fell off. And honestly, the fact that we both liked the main couple from the first book, even though we both did not read the first book, I think says a lot.
Yeah.
But the book fell flat for me, and because it did, I did rate it like 2.5 to 3 stars.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, like okay, listen, I know nothing about Formula One other than cars drive really fast.
very
So,
fast, very fast.
and I know what
Very
the
fast.
cars look like, but
Yeah.
that's about it. So literally, I'm just like looking up like what the heck does pole position mean? What is P1, P2? They use some like drift like thing. I don't know. It's like like basically you can only use this like thing if you're like within 1 second of the car, and it's supposed to like basically get rid of like air drag.
Mm,
So like if
yeah.
you're like within like 1 second, I guess, of like distance from the car, then you can get rid of so much air drag, but you can't do that if you're further, which I really
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
understand. And
Yeah.
again, I'm not a Formula One racer, I'm a book reader. So like, and by sport, a softball player. Like I never like did anything with racing. So
Yeah.
I was like, what is this system they are talking about? I'm so confused, but it's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah. I just kind of felt like there could have been more research.
Yeah.
Personally, for someone who likes Formula One, for someone who actually likes the sport. I'm not like I want to say right now, I'm not like don't ask me a lot of questions about Formula One. I just there for like the racing and also the cute boys, but just
And the
kidding.
jumpsuits.
I just and the jumpsuits. I'm just kidding. Anyways,
Anyways.
here's what we're reading today.
So I barreled through
Mhm.
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Oh, how did you like it?
I loved it so much. Donut is my spirit animal. I love her.
Oh, she's great.
If you've never read Dungeon Crawler Carl, first of all, what are you doing? And second of all, Princess Donut is my spirit animal. I love her so much. So I am now on book two,
Oh,
which
exciting.
is Carl's doomsday scenario. So basically same book from I think a couple weeks ago. And yeah, so we're now on the next level of the dungeon, and we are heading off into our adventures. So I'm like really excited to see where this goes. A lot of people like I know a bunch of people who are on like book five, and they say they just barrel through these books. So I'm like
Yeah.
really excited to like keep going on these. So yeah, I'm doing Carl's Doomsday Scenario on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm really loving it. So it's great.
Well, that's fun.
Mhm.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad that your friend's recommendations actually worked out
For once.
for once. So right now I'm reading Simply Mine by Laura Pablo, which is a book that follows the trope best friend's older brother. It follows this guy named Ledger. Yes, that's his name, Ledger. And who comes back in town for his sister's wedding, but only to reconnect with his sister's best friend, Charlotte. I picked up this book mostly because of the fact that it's on my bookshelf, but also because I'm trying to do this thing this month where I read cowboy romances. I don't know if it's actually going to work out because so far I've tried to read this book and I don't know if I like it. Also, I do want to say I did a bad thing and I didn't look at this book before I bought it, and this is the fourth book in the series. So I'm a little bit confused, to be honest with you.
We're here for
But
the plot. It's fun.
I'm a little bit confused. I don't understand what's happening, but we will see. I may DNF it. I may put it down, walk away from it, read it last. But so far, that is what I'm currently reading.
Yeah.
We're going to be going into the spoilers section of our podcast. If you have yet to check out First to Finish and you don't want to be spoiled, then check out last week's episode in which we read the second book to Darker by Four, which is called Brighter Than Nine by June C.L. Tan. All I can say is if you like K-pop Demon Hunter without the K-pop part and have it based in Chinese mythology rather than Korean mythology. Actually, you know what? I kind of take it back, but you get the point. You would enjoy this book series. Definitely check it out, and then go check out that episode of us reviewing the book series. But anyways, let's dive right into discussing First to Finish. Okay,
Yeah.
so what would you like to talk about first, Sam?
Okay. I don't know if I want to start with Joe and his inability to like keep his emotions under check,
Mm-hmm.
because like he goes through, which granted, what was the name of the guy who broke up with him?
Jackson. Jackson.
Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson. I always want to call him Nathaniel, but Nathaniel is his like his boss. So Jackson breaks up with him after stringing him along for like 3 years, and then it like destroys his ability to race,
Mm-hmm.
which I get. Like that's a 3 year relationship that you had to like hide your feelings and whatnot because of like reasons, which was
Yeah.
basically like he's from the competing um, Formula One team or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it derailed him as much as it did just seems a little like out of left field in this level of racing,
Yeah.
because you should be able to like this whole racing is milliseconds and quick thoughts and like quick changes and everything like that, and like you literally need to be able to train yourself to take your emotion out of it because you need to focus on what's in front of you because the sport changes so fast. And so the fact that it derailed him so heavily just seems like not the type of racer that he's being presented to us as.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that seemed a little excessive.
Well, I also think the whole like the whole relationship with Jackson was like for me a little bit weird. Like I understand why they kind of keep it a secret because like that's like on another team and it's secretive and but like I don't know. I just feel like we were supposed to be told that Jackson is a bad guy. Like he forgot Joe's birthday. Towards the end of the night, he did remember, and then he made a big deal where he was like relieved to like not go hang out with him on his birthday. And then
Mm,
the whole thing of him dumping him at Harper's wedding is like makes him even more of a jackass. But then we're kind of like told towards the end of the book that like oh no, he's actually a good guy because like his dad puts a lot of pressure on him, but we don't ever get to like really
yeah.
dive deep into that, so we don't, it's a very surface level. And I just kind of feel like Jackson was not developed in the book. Maybe he's more developed in the first book, but it just like having him as like the ex just didn't like, and adding to like this emotional arc didn't make sense to me considering the fact that we were not emotionally invested into Jackson. And I think it would have been better if maybe the breakup wasn't included. And I also kind of think that the whole thing where the whole fight over Jackson because of the fact that Caleb finds out that Jackson and Joe were dating
Hmm.
felt so forced to me.
Yes.
In most romance novels in the third act, there's usually like a big emotional fight, a reason why the couples can be together or why the couples are like to show like that they're willing to fight for each other.
Right.
Well,
Right.
the reason for conflict in this book felt so flat and stupid. Caleb becomes upset after finding out that Joe and Jackson have a past relationship and that he was upset in the plane because of Jackson, which is okay. And instead of Caleb realizing like, oh, you have a shitty ex, he immediately blames Joe and says like, oh, you lied to me, you did all that. And I'm like, how did he lie?
Yeah, there was
How did
no
he
like
lie?
there was a little bit of omission, but the thing about it is like their relationship is still super new.
Yes.
And Jackson isn't playing any kind of like actual part in this relationship outside of like he's the reason why Joe couldn't race up to his normal standard early on.
Yeah.
But like Caleb and him hadn't gotten to that conversation yet.
Mm.
So it really like it wasn't really lying, but and even then it wasn't lying either because even Harper didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Like his best friend of forever and ever didn't even know what was going on.
Mm.
So it's like I mean, I don't think Caleb had the right to be as huffy as he was, but I don't know. He just didn't have the right to be as huffy as he was.
Yeah. I
Like
just
this really could have been a conversation like post dinner.
well, I kind of feel like it was like something that the writer was like, I want to add conflict into my book,
Yeah,
but I didn't know what type of conflict to add in, so I'll add this conflict in, which didn't really feel like it made the characters feel childish, to be honest with you, when they're supposed to
yeah.
be adults. I think this book also missed a huge opportunity to explore what it might feel like to be gay in a sport like Formula One. And I will like, admit that I didn't know like how F1 is with LGBTQ community. So I looked it up and doing some research, I found out that Formula One has historically been very much male, which makes sense because it is. And a lot of female drivers, I don't really see a lot of female drivers, which is really sad to me. But it's not super like a great space for queer athletes. Although I do want to say that some drivers have supported rights for LGBTQ. Because of that, I feel like the writer missed opportunities to explore some really more powerful things with this. Like
Mhm.
she could have written about the fear of coming out in a environment that's not suited for the LGBTQ or that may not be a safe space. She could have showed like the emotional pressure it feels of hiding a relationship in such a public competitive sport. Instead, the book like barely even discusses like those ideas. It's more so of like, oh, I don't want to come out, like, I don't want it to be revealed that we're dating because we're on the same team. I just felt like the writer could have done something different. I mean, like, look at Heated Rivalry. Yes, I'll bring up Heated Rivalry because I love Heated Rivalry, where she talks about them stressing out about being gay, about the stresses of being queer and a sport like hockey. There are many things that this writer could have done better at.
Yeah, I feel like too, like even if it wasn't even just like the stress of like the LGBTQ like acceptance or whatever,
Mm,
like Caleb keeps going on and on about how like they're gonna fire me before they fire you and whatnot. But I feel like if they like brought up, hey, there's a morality clause in your contract that says you won't date anybody in the company because it could like affect people's
yeah.
abilities to like do their jobs, or
Mhm.
hey, like that hug they had, I think like halfway or like the 75% of the way through had it blow up a little bit more,
Yeah.
or like give us conflict, give us like something that they need to work through other
Well,
than like Joe broke up with somebody.
that was like that's why I was saying this book lacks stakes because like the whole
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
of them being like saying repeatedly like, oh, us being in a relationship could cause many conflicts, it has to stay a secret. We're told this multiple times throughout this book, and then when the characters finally reveal that they're together to like management, they're like, okay, just sign this paperwork, you're good.
yeah. And
Like,
then like Nathaniel was like, "F this is gonna just cause me a bunch of trouble or whatever,"
yeah,
but there
yeah.
really was no trouble.
There was no trouble, and, like, honestly, instead of facing real, like, pushback and conflict or any sort of basically, like, anything, it was very much, like, very easy, which I did not like. Now, I'm not saying that I want every queer book I read to have conflict like this. I think it's great that we can read books where there's not, like, it's not normalize where there's some sort of conflict of coming out as gay or being in a gay relationship. I think that's fantastic. But I also feel like if you're repeatedly saying throughout the whole book, we are going to be in trouble for being in a relationship,
Then
have
be
some
in
conflict.
trouble.
Yeah, be in trouble. Have
Have
something
some
happen.
sort of trouble.
Yes, which is number one. Also, like I love how they're like we have to keep this a secret, but we're gonna go to this country music like concert and hold hands.
Yeah.
Where people have cameras. Like, hello, did we not learn anything from Coldplay? Was it Coldplay? Yeah,
Yeah.
Coldplay.
Yeah.
Like, did we not learn anything from Coldplay? Okay,
No.
you're going to a country. First off, why are you going to a country concert in like another country? It's just okay. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not gonna question things.
It's for the plot.
It's for the plot.
It's for the plot.
But when they were like holding hands and being close to each other, I thought, I'm like, for sure, this is going to cause conflict in the future. For sure, this photo is going to get leaked. But it was like, nope, nothing happened. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Uh, oh, 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 okay. Okay. I did want to ask you how, if you would ever read another Formula One book again, or did this book kind of ruin
I
it for
mean, no,
you?
it didn't. It did. There's
Yeah.
I think it's like what Full Throttle or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I've seen
Hmm.
in like the spicy book section,
Yeah.
and so like I've wanted to pick up Formula One, I just haven't.
Hmm.
And it's nothing to do with racing or anything like that. It's just something that was like, hey, that's a on my like want to read on my Goodreads, but like not necessarily like high on the list.
Yeah.
So no, this didn't ruin Formula One for me. If anything, like I want to read a book that like the author really knows what they're talking about with Formula One, and like me have a little more of like a at least a mini foundation for what's
Yeah.
going on. So I'm not like so focused on the terminology, and I'm more focused on the book.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the book itself wasn't that great. And also, I looked at the reviews of this book because I was curious. And a lot of people were saying that, like, that this for the second book had the same issues that the first book had.
Mm,
So it seems to me like this is kind of like a new publishing company, or I don't know if that's like the right terminology to use, but it seems to me that like this book has really struggled with a couple of things in the past and is still struggling with a couple of things.
mm,
And I love how like I had the same reaction of like, wow, she's just throwing random terminology out for like Formula One. And I looked when I was looking at reviews, someone even said that too. Like it seems to me that she's just throwing out random terminology that doesn't make sense. Um but yeah, 2.5, 3 stars for me. Unfortunately, was not the best thing. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought. The
yeah.
cover is cute. The cover is cute,
I
but
won't lie, it took me a week and a half to read this book.
oh yeah, it took me a
Yeah,
minute.
it was a very slog of like okay, because I literally had to start because we got this as an ebook, and so I literally had to like look at the percentage and go, I'm gonna make it to 50% today. I'm gonna make it to 65% today. Like I had like percentage goals so I could make it to the end of this book. It wasn't
Yeah.
one of those where I was like, oh my god, I'm almost done. Holy crap, it went by so fast.
Yeah.
It was very much I was staring at the percentage in the corner.
Yeah. I feel like it took me forever to read this book too. I also had to force myself. I was like, if I finish this book in time, I will order a taco. And I did order that taco.
We had to give ourselves rewards and treats.
I do it all the time. I'm like, "Ooh, Morgan, you finished editing this? You get a taco." I'm really into tacos right now, if you can't tell.
No, okay.
Very, very into tacos. But anyways, let's talk about what we're going to be reading next. So next week, we're going to be reading Little Miss Petty by Sally Kilpatrick. So I do apologize if I said the name wrong. But anyways, this book follows Stella Stark, who discovers that her boyfriend is cheating. She also discovers that 39 isn't too old for petty revenge. Can we say glitter bomb? She lost both of her job and her home. Why not broaden her professional horizons as Little Miss Petty, helping wronged women achieve karmic justice? Frankly, the demand is too high to ignore. New friends rally around Hymus, a bar owner with a soft spot under her gruff interior. Scalacto, I apologize for butchering all these names, a college student with marketing savvy. There's just one getting revenge on the cheating soon to be ex husband of her best playing client. Is supposed to be easy. After all, he's her neighbor, but something isn't adding up. Madeline is not only intrigued intriguingly handsome. He's also a good listener, sympathetic, and adores kittens. He may look like the ex, but he isn't acting like him. And how can Stella, a woman on the rebound, be even remotely tempted by the pizza with benefits relationship he suggests? That would be bad for business. There's so much for Stella to learn about karma, the charmer across the breezeway she's falling for, and more importantly, herself. Love, revenge, and second chances, they all come with a little risk and a little twist. Dun dun dun.
Dun,
I don't
dun.
know why we're here say dun 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 all the time.
I don't know. I think honestly, okay, so this is the first time we actually no, this is the first time we've had something on video, but this is the first like book review we've done on video, and I think
Yeah,
we're just trying to like I think we're just having like a bunch
we're
of like
awkward.
we are very awkward. It's fine. It's
How
fine.
many I want someone to count how many times I hit my mic because I always hit it. I talk with my hands. So I apologize. Anyways, if you guys did like this podcast and would like to support us, please remember to rate us on Spotify as it does help push our podcast out there. Also remember to check out our YouTube channel, which if you're watching this video, you probably are checking out our YouTube channel. But if you're listening to this, go check out the YouTube video because you can see this episode with our faces.
Yeah.
Us smiling. You can't see it unless you're watching the video. Anyways, Sam will tell you about the rest of our socials.
So if you think we're absolutely hilarious, which fun fact, my friends, we are. Duh, we do have a TikTok. It is Just More Page Podcast for all the pictures, videos, stories, reels, anything else we decide to post. We do have an Instagram. It is Just More Page Official. So go ahead and check us out on there. Come slide into our DMs. We love talking to you all, and we will talk to you all next Sunday.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.